more than you.
Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Dynamic Dark Wolf, and today we're going to be doing some Trapper gameplay. Now, I'm going to be running Ruin, Brutal Strength, Agitation, and also Deerstalker, just to be able to go ahead and try to get things going. And I also got a little Trapper bag and also some tools to be able to make it where I place down traps. But that's not what you're here for, right? You're not here for the gameplay. You're not here for anything else, really. Well, maybe you are. I don't really know what you're here for. What the f*** are you doing on my channel? My channel's trash. As said so by plenty of people on when I get called mail. But that's besides the point. So recently I've been actually going back and forth with the same people on my friends list complaining about Decisive. I hear that they're also going to be nerfing Decisive. So let me break it down. Behavior and other people that also think Decisive is trash. You sit here and complain about Decisive, but you get mad when somebody complains about your camping? Doesn't that kind of make you a hypocrite because you're abusing a perk inside of the game to give you an easier time? AKA a crutch perk? I cannot explain to you how many times I've run into Insidious at rank 1 through 4. And then people send you, like if you send them a message like, ha, salty. No, not really. It's just that y'all complain about everything else. Why is it not okay for us to complain? Why are we all of a sudden mad? Because, you know, you camped us the whole game. And we didn't get to really play. I ran into plenty of times where it was a nurse. I ran into plenty of times where it was a Leatherface. Also Trapper. Plenty of people that use Insidious. But it's a shame whenever somebody sits here and be like, oh, well, let's go ahead and say that it's a valid strategy so that way people don't get mad. But you're using a perk. Camping's a strategy, right? So we're just using a perk. Decisive's a strategy. You chased us. We got away. You chased us again. You caught us. We Decisive. And you chase us again. And you might lose us again. You might catch us again. Who knows? That's a valid strategy. But no. Apparently, you know, having it to where making a chase longer because you have a perk is not a strategy. It's just an abusive perk. And you can't sit here and say that it really matters, because a good killer could easily catch a Decisive. For example, some killers put their backs against the wall. Some people end up having Enduring, which is a valid perk, might I add, if you really don't want to be Decisive so hard. And then there's Dribbling. A friend of mine actually was like, why don't you name 5 ways that, you know, you can actually catch a survivor that uses a Decisive? I don't need 5. There's 3 good ones right there. You don't need a 5th. You don't need a 4th. If you know which direction they're running in, if you are quickly to recover, and if they just don't get a chance at all, then what's the excuse again that you couldn't catch this person? Oh, because they're good in the chase. They're good in the chase because they throw down pallets. Don't you have Brutal Strength? And they're good because they, you know, they're good because they, you know, people say Decisive is pretty trash, but if they're not so good, then how are you having so much trouble with them? And if they are good, which most survivors can be if they really choose to, what's your complaint? Again, it's not their fault that you're actually worse at catching them than they are at dodging you. I am literally tired of hearing all this complaining, yet plenty of people have more than just Decisive. And as you can see in my video, this person has Decisive, so I decided to dribble them. That is a valid way of dealing with it. These people were actually doing generators even though I had Ruin. Even though I had Ruin, they were still doing generators. Slowed them down though a little bit. They did still get to one generator at the end of the video, but you know, I'm just fed up with all this complaining, and I'm fed up with all the nerfing, and I'm fed up with all the bullcrap that they're giving these survivors when they're supposed to, I don't know, survive or try their hardest to survive, which is literally they have perks for just as much as we have perks to stop them. You see people with four toolboxes, Franklin's and Ruin. I whip a lot of attacks here. This is rank 7, by the way, but I was sitting here like, and that was funny also, but you know, if that's the case, I can complain about Ruin. Oh, it makes it where it's too difficult to actually sit there and do generators when somebody has overcharge, it needs nerf. Or something dumb. No, it shouldn't one-shot whenever it ends up having it where it activates at the end of the match. They should only be able to make it where you can just take damage and makes you slower, not completely stop you and kill you. Like, you know, I can complain about every perk in the game, honestly. I can complain about the useless ones too. Well, not useless. I can complain about barbecue and chili. I can make anything into a complaint. Barbecue chili gives too many blood points to the killer and they get leveled up too fast. Please nerf. They shouldn't see our range from so far. They should be able to see it only when we're up close rather than outward. Like, really? I mean, I don't have much things to complain about. I like the game the way it is, besides the palettes. But apparently a lot of people disagree with a lot of things and complain about it and cry about it, but yet when they do it, it's okay. They're being hypocritical. Or when they camp that person, it's okay because it's a strategy. Because of what behavior says is what it is. That's pretty ridiculous. In my opinion, if you want a valid strategy, not camp. Oh wait, but camping's a strategy. But wait, that's okay because they rely on such a heavy perk that literally makes you silent for a good minute and a half, few. But, or as long as you're not moving, especially if you put somebody in the basement, you can just sit in the corner, camp them all game, like a lot of people did as killers. But the funny part about it is people get rewarded for this. People get rewarded for tunneling. Hey, I tunnel. I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna see it in the video. I tunnel whenever I feel like I need to. I saw a Decisive, I saw toolboxes, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I tunnel as much as possible. Well, not really tunnel much as possible. It's more like I was really wanting to get somebody else. I thought, you know, maybe that person wasn't too stupid to go that way. But, you know how that goes. So really, it's not a matter of if the Decisive is overpowered. It's just more of a matter of you don't know how to deal with it, so you need to complain about it. How about this? Instead of complaining, how about you, I don't know, get good. Stop complaining about every perk that the survivor has. You just really want an easy time on a video game that supposedly has really strong killers. It's too easy at this point. Even without, you know, having, or actually, even when this match is literally one person going around doing generators, even when there's totally, totally maybe about 2 toolboxes, and also there is a Decisive, I didn't lose this match. I still 4-manned off of it. Easily, too, might I add. And I double picked. So what's your excuse? I'm pretty bad, and I'm at rank 7. What is your excuse? I deal with Decisive. What's your excuse? But we're not everybody's like you. No, everybody can do that. I don't care. That's where you need to get better at map knowledge in the game, period. So I'm climbing over that window, not climb over the window. So I'm behind that window for a second there, I thought, but nah, I wasn't. But yeah, I lost this chase, but even then, it doesn't matter. It's just very depressing that all these survivors are just getting nerfs. They're fixing the pallets, I guess. That's fair. Because I'm pretty tired of getting hit through pallets easily. I wanted to go pick him up and he somehow got out of it at the same time. I mean, look at that. There should have been no way that I caught him. This person was trying to lead me over there to not go and put him anywhere, but no, I'm putting you in basement better. So I guess you could say by the end of the day, people are gonna complain no matter what you do, and they're gonna behavior is gonna be idiots and keep nerfing the game the way that it doesn't need to be. And this is why I'm actually glad that I kind of stopped playing this so much. Like recently, I've been playing Shinobi Strikers, even though I don't think it's really that good of a game. And most importantly, I'm waiting for Spider-Man to come out. Once Spider-Man comes out, it's going to be amazing. I will not put that down until I 100% that. I'm actually going to 100% trophy it. And I hope that it's as good as it looks, which it seems like it is. So, you know. But yeah. You know, I didn't camp nobody this whole match. I just tunneled. And that's because I don't need to camp to get my build. I don't need to camp to do what I want to do. Camping is for losers. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, that's a valid strategy. You can't call them losers. It's just the way the game was intentionally made to play. Or a way that was intentionally made to play. So why are Decisive losers again? When you can easily deal with them? Yeah, I know. This isn't a team full of Decisive. But you know what? Decisive is a Decisive. That Decisive could end up getting chased the whole game. You catch them once. They either save their Decisive and use it later, or they don't. And they, you know, use it like the schmuck they are. Because some people do end up camping. Or you simply use enduring, put your back towards a corner, or dribble them to the nearest hook, which, if it's a far off distance one, yeah, you can just put them down as soon as you reach one. Because otherwise they'd just be struggling the whole time. But as soon as you see them go still, that's when it's the 1, 2, 3. Well, 1, 2, 3. Drop. Pick up. 1, 2, 3. Drop. Pick up. Get your low. It's not very hard. It really isn't. But people make it harder than what it actually is. That's what's annoying. And when they make it harder than what it actually is, it's usually just disappointing. And that's what happens when people just camp you. Pretty much. I like Decisive when I get camped. Decisive, Kindred, and then maybe a medkit, sometimes an insta-heal, but I'd always carry self-care. It's like a must for me, in my opinion. You know, why not have self-care? And then maybe fourth one is debatable. Urban evasion, you know, whatever. But see, this is the thing. I don't even really use Decisive either. I say I could, because I got it on Lori. But I don't even have it at rank 3. I only have it at rank 1. And she's the only one who has it. But so why is it toxic to use it when it's a perk in the game that you know, that other people do something with and even don't sometimes do or use because they just reward campers? How about you nerf camping? Make it where it's not a valid strategy and you do lose blood points for it. You're not gonna do that because you consider it a valid strategy and no one wants to complain about it. And every time somebody complains about it, apparently they're a casual and need to get good. Well, every time you get hit with Decisive, either get good. Nope, there is no or. Just get good. Because it's not hard. It really isn't. Anybody can do it. So I don't see why you're complaining. Because Ruin gets in my way as a survivor, I don't complain about that because I understand. Gen Rush. I play killer enough. People Gen Rush. Even in this match, they actually did generators faster than I actually comprehended. They didn't go for my Ruin, which is amazing. I trapped it though, so I guess I understand why. Higher ranks don't really care about it enough. But, you know, nonetheless, I would like to have something if you're gonna nerf the survivors. But you know, whatever, right? It's okay for the nerf. You know, as long as they're not nerfing killers or nerfing anything that killers do, it's fine in the community's eyes. But what about the people that aren't good that want to use Decisive? Or they figure out, or people that are good that want to use Decisive? It's a decision. It's their decision. Just like it's a killer's decision to camp or not. Just like it's a killer's decision to use Insidious or not. It's just like it's a killer's decision to use what they use. It's a killer's decision to bring Ruin if they want to. Hey, do I want to get Gen Rush or I just don't mind because I'll probably kill them all fast enough? Makes no sense. None of you do. So complain about it more. At this point, I'm literally going to start just clipping times where I have to deal with Insidious. And I'm going to send it to behavior every single day. Because I get at least 3 to 4 times a day. I get a camper. So you guys want to play this game with the Decisive? I'm going to play this game with Insidious. I'm going to play this game with your camping nonsense. Because I could camp all game. I could have camped Lori. Honestly, because they said I'm trying to save her. I could have camped Dwight. I could have camped... Boy, anybody, really. But I'm sorry, I can't sit there and do that. Even though I said in one of my videos before, I'm fixing to just give up and do what everybody else does. I can't force myself to actually camp. But you know, it's okay for other things. It's okay for other things to happen. It's okay for Insidious. It's okay for Decisive. Or not Decisive. But it's okay for Insidious. It's okay for Ruin. It's okay for a lot of the perks that killers use that are actually really good. It's a you know, it's an enduring basically for a survivor. I know this person was heading over to the they were heading over to... I don't know where they were going over here. But I digress. By the end of the day, if a person decides to use Decisive and you don't like it, get over it. I had to for Insidious. I don't like the Insidious players, but you know what? They said it's a camping strategy, or camping is a strategy. So what else am I going to do? They're not going to change it. That's not going to change anytime soon. The day that they do change it, I'll take back everything I said. But they're not going to, so I won't have to ever do that. So it doesn't matter to me. I don't really use Decisive anyway. And One of my friends said, ask any good killer or good survivor, and they'll say Decisive's trash. Well, rank 1 survivor here. You're trying to get to rank 1 killer. And I still think Decisive is a pretty damn good perk. You know why? Because it makes it where people can't camp. And if they do camp you, well, that's just it. At least you gave them a good run, kiddo. This has been Wolf, and I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Extremely tired, so probably not anytime soon. Peace.
I ain't the first with the curse, with the thirst that I wanna be better, not worse, man it hurts. I'm on this earth with my words and I put them all together, insert, cause I wanna have worth. Working hella hard till they put me in the dirt. Gonna go far, man, listen to my words.